Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 107 of Cameron Sports Podcast. I'm your host here, Cameron Lindsay, back with a brand new episode. Today's episode, I'm going to be making my National High School Football Week 2 predictions. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start off in the state of Alabama because, like I said, last week, high school football started in Georgia, and some parts in Florida. But now, Alabama high school football will be starting this week, so let's get right into it. Let's start, locally with the Russell County Warriors going on the road to face Carroll. That'll be this Friday, 7:30 p.m. Russell County is ranked third in my poll. If you watched my last few episodes, when I revealed my high school top 16 teams around the Russell County, Columbus, Phenix City area, Harris County, where I live at area, and I got Russell County ranked third in my poll. The head coach is Dylan Griggs. Key player to watch in this matchup is quarterback Bryson Riggs. He threw over 3,200 passing yards and 40 touchdown passes. He's a very talented player, great arm, great athlete. I went to their media day about 2 weeks ago. I guess about 2 weeks ago, and like I said, definitely ask him a few questions, and I think he's a very underrated player. Well, I wouldn't even say underrated. I think he's a really good player. I just think colleges need to get at him as soon as possible because I feel like he's due for another big season, and he's definitely somebody I look forward to watching in person. Any chance I get, and maybe interview after the season on the podcast, maybe you can see him. But as far as this game, I'm going Russell County all day. I think they're going to make a statement. I think they're due for a big season in the state of Alabama. I got the Russell County Warriors. Next up, we got Glenwood taking on Valley. Glenwood is ranked fourth in my poll. They play this Friday, 7:30 p.m. They're fourth in my poll out of 16 schools. Their head coach is Ryan Nelson. I'm going Glenwood. And then this next matchup, as it's happening today, Thursday, in Thompson, Alabama. I think that's 7:30 p.m. Carver and Montgomery taking on number 24 Thompson, that's ranked in the top 25 Max Preps rankings, national rankings. So one of the top, not in my poll. This is not my poll because, like I said, I haven't included Thompson into my present poll, but this is nationally Max Preps national high school rankings. Thompson, the top high school program in the state of Alabama. With them in Central Phenix City where I live. The reigning 7A state champs in the state of Alabama. Carver Montgomery, also 7A school. Key players in this matchup. So, for Carver Montgomery is 4-star Mississippi State commit wide receiver Zion Crumpton. He plays receiver. He also plays a little bit of quarterback, from what I've seen. For Thompson, the key player, quarterback, 4-star, 2027, Trent Seaborn. Very talented player. He won a state championship as an 8th grader there at Thompson High School here in the state of Alabama. So he's very, very talented. He won state last year, so he already has 2 state championships under his belt as a junior. One as an 8th grader, and 2-3 state championships, if I believe. Thompson's head coach is Mark Freeman, and Carver Montgomery's head coach is Mario White. This prediction, I'm going Thompson. I just think Thompson just got too much talent. From top to bottom than Carver Montgomery does. Carver Montgomery got a lot of talented players also, like I said, with Mississippi State commit Zion Crumpton. Watching him during OT7 on NFL Network, he's a very talented player. Gets the 50-50 balls with ease, very athletic. But I just think Thompson is just too talented, like literally top from bottom. Like I said, Trent Seaborn is not even their quarterback is not even their best player. But yeah, I just think Thompson is too loaded. I think maybe it could be close for a while, but I think Thompson is gonna. It wouldn't be surprising to blow. I just think Thompson's too talented than Carver Montgomery. Next up, we got Booker versus Auburn. Auburn High School. this Friday in Auburn, Alabama, 7:30 p.m. Excuse me. Auburn head coach is Keith Etheridge. I'm going with Auburn in this situation. I think Auburn, they do have a lot of good players. Also, they lose a couple key players from last year, but I think they're due for a good season as well. Next up, we got Benjamin Russell taking on Opelika High School this Friday in Opelika, Alabama, 7:30 p.m. Opelika's head coach is Brian Moore. Key players in this matchup is Cedric Morgan, a 5-star Alabama commit for Benjamin Russell. Like I said, Opelika, I know they, I think last year, for a while, they may have had a rough season like a year or two ago. I think they may have a better season than maybe some people might think. They got a talented team also. Opelika's not far from where I live. I think it's like maybe 30 minutes from where I live. But I'm going Benjamin Russell. I just think Benjamin Russell is too much talent for Opelika. I know they got history. From what I seen online, they got this matchup between Opelika and Benjamin Russell in the state of Alabama. They got history, but I think especially with somebody like Cedric Morgan, a 5-star Alabama commit in the 2026 class, I just think that they're too talented. He's way too talented. They're going to get him the ball, and I think Benjamin Russell's probably going to win this game by probably at least 2 touchdowns at the bare minimum. But yeah, I'm going Benjamin Russell. Next up, local team here, Central Red Devils, here where I live, Phenix City, taking on Pinson Valley on the road this Friday, 7 o'clock, 7:30 p.m. Central is ranked number 1 in my poll of 16 schools. Key players to watch out in this matchup for Central is 4-star quarterback Bobby Coleman Jr., 4-star offensive lineman Jatorian Williams, 3-star linebacker defensive end Tristan Lyles, 3-star DB Tony Arnett. He was a Liberty commit. And, they do got more players also. So if I'm not mentioning everybody, even Tristan Lyles' younger brother, Aiden Lyles, very talented player. He has FBS offers, and he's going to continue to get more. They got other players. They got all on their roster. They got FBS offers that we don't know about. And I definitely look forward to Central's season this year because I think they're going to have a big season. I think they're going to make it to state again. I wouldn't be surprised if they win it. Because them and Thompson have been in the 7H state championships for the past 2 years. 2 years in a row. But yeah, their head coach is Patrick Nix. I just think that, of course, Central's going to be too talented. I think they're going to make a statement. I look forward to seeing how Bobby Coleman's going to play in this game. I think he's going to make a statement. This will be his first year as a starting quarterback. Last year, he made some appearances, but this is his team. He'll be his first start as a junior. He has a lot of FBS offers. Like I said, he's a 4-star quarterback. Offers from Auburn, Texas A&M, Georgia, Kentucky. I think Bobby Coleman is due for a big season. He's a younger brother of Cam Coleman, Auburn sophomore receiver. But don't think, like I said, don't think of him as Cam Coleman's little brother. Think of him as Bobby Coleman. He's the starting quarterback for Central High School in Phoenix, Alabama. I think he's due for a real big season. And I look, just like Bryson Riggs, I look forward to Bobby Coleman playing them two quarterbacks in state of Alabama that I look forward to see playing the most because they're very talented, very accurate, and have a good arm. Next, like I said, I'm going Central big over Pinson Valley. Next up, got Harris County taking on Troup County in the state of Georgia. Harris County beat Manchester 17-6 week 1 last week at home. Again, they're ranked 5th in my poll. I'm going Harris County over Troup County. Next up, we got Tatanal Square Academy versus Pacelli. Now, Pacelli lost 49-17 last week's transferred academy. They're ranked 10th in my poll, 16 schools. Now, in the first half, last week, Pacelli looked like, they was going to win that game. It was close, but I think they ended up taking their foot off the gas and just got railed in the second half to Stratford Academy. But I'm going Pacelli. I think they're going to bounce back. It seems like they got a good, decent team. I think they're going to bounce back, so I'm going Pacelli. Next up, we got Brookstone versus Valwood this Friday, 7 p.m., 7:30. Brookstone beat Tatanal 49-6 week 1 at home. Broughton Branch had 5 touchdown passes with 378 passing yards. He had a really good game. Again, like I said, just like State of Alabama and the State of Georgia, Broughton Branch, I think he's very talented. I definitely look forward to seeing him play more. He's only a junior, and he is going to only continue to grow. So pay very close attention to Brookstone. Like I said, I was at their media day. Broughton wasn't there, but I did look forward to meeting him, interviewing him after the season. He's a very talented quarterback, and like I said, don't underestimate him at all. Him and Coach Headley, who first year head coach at Brookstone, they got a lot of talented players in that roster, like Sammy Brown. But yeah, they got a very talented team there at Brookstone. I'm going Brookstone over Valwood in this matchup. Next up, we got BST. I put a short in because the way the school sounded, I didn't even feel like writing it down in my notes. So I just put them as best. Shorten it down. We'll take on Kendrick this Thursday in Columbus, Georgia, 7 o'clock. Kendrick beat Walker 26-8. Week 1, they're ranked 13th in my poll out of 16 schools. I'm going Kendrick. I think they're going to prove to 2-0. I think Kendrick's going to be a definite approved team this year. It looks like they are. I feel like a lot of teams here in Columbus are going to be improved. You know, Columbus, Kendrick, maybe even Jordan. Excuse me. Speaking of Columbus, they play Greenville at home this Thursday, 7 o'clock. They beat Miller County 35-17 week 1. They're ranked 12th in my poll at 16 schools. Again, like I said, when I say poll, I didn't do the poll based off of what I think all these schools are gonna be this season. I did it based off of last year before the season starts. So you know, like in college football, they got the AP poll, and every week it changes. So yeah, but I haven't made the updates to my rankings yet because I'm waiting on the Alabama high school football season to start, so I can give those schools that haven't played yet a chance to either move up in my rankings or down. So once that happens, then I'll make the changes. But I'm going Columbus. I think they're going to prove the 2-0 just like Kendrick. But yeah, like I said, they're going to be an improved team this year, so watch out for the Columbus Blue Devils and the Kendrick Cherokee. Next up, we got Jordan High School taking on Berman this Friday, 6 o'clock. Jordan is ranked 16th out of 16 schools. Yeah, they had a rough year last year going 0-10, but I'm going to have some faith in them. I'm not confident in this pick, not going to lie, but I'm going Jordan to get the win over Berman. Like I said, I want to see them do well. You know, that's one victory that they had all last year because they didn't win a game last year, but I'm going Jordan. Next up, this game right here might be one of my favorites, especially in this area. It is my favorite in this area. The Heritage Bowl between the Carver Tigers, the defending 2A state champs in the state of Georgia, taking on the Spencer Green Wave. The Heritage Bowl is pretty much the biggest rivalry here in this area, the oldest rivalry in this area. Carver last week beat Whitewater 51-25. Some key players to watch out for Carver are defensive end Tristan Givens, 4-star Texas A&M commit, who played DN and a little bit of receiver. Offensive lineman Parker Pritchard, who's a 4-star Auburn commit. Wide receiver KJ Mills, 4-star North Carolina commit. Octavius White, safety, 3-star Mississippi State commit. Kingston Brown, a 2028 defensive lineman, very big and physical. Look out for him. He has notable offers, FBS offers so far. 4-star Terrence Warren III, offensive lineman. Carver has a lot of talented players on their team. And like I said, I know some people think that Carver probably would have a struggle season, like defending their state championship, but I think Carver due for possibly another undefeated season. Undefeated season this year. Last year, I know they only lost one game, but I think they could go undefeated possibly this year and win state back-to-back. And Jarvis Jones is his first-year head coach, former Carver alumni, UGA football player, NFL first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he's going to make a statement in his first year as a head coach. I got the Carver Tigers over the Spencer Green Wave. Next up, we got Buford taking on Benedict this Friday in Savannah, Georgia, 7:30. Buford beat Milton 20-13 in the top 25 national matchup at home. Key players For Buford, quarterback Dayton Raiola, Nebraska commit, 3-star. Bryce Perry White, 4-star defensive end, Texas A&M commit. Tyree Green, athlete, Georgia commit, 4-star. Offensive lineman Graham Houston, also Georgia commit. Naskar McCoy, I can pronounce his name, McCoy, safety, Ole Miss commit. And Dre Quinn, defensive end, Clemson commit. I'm going Buford in this game. They played well defensively in that game against Milton at home. Offensively, not too many explosive plays. They mostly ran the ball, which is they're basically their offense is based off of running the ball first. But I think Dayton Raiola should have a better game this week. Like I said, I got Buford over Benedictine. Next up, we got Columbia taking on Carrollton, Georgia, 7:30 p.m. Carrollton beat Woodward Academy 48-21. I was interested to see how they would look without Julian Lewis, who's now at Colorado, with Deion Sanders. But they made a big statement win against Woodward, who's also a good program here in the state of Georgia. But I'm going Carrollton. I think they're going to improve to 2-0 over Columbia. Easily, because I think technically, I think Columbia may be one of the worst high school teams in the nation. I think I have to look more into that. Next up, we got Milton taking on First Academy. Milton lost to Buford 20-13 week 1. First Academy lost to IMG week 0 in Florida. I'm going Milton. I think Milton bounces back from a close loss to Buford. They got a pretty good transfer quarterback from St. Thomas Aquinas. Yeah, he made some turnovers, but it's week 1, new team. You're going to expect that. They even threw a freshman in the game because I think his helmet kept coming off. He threw a touchdown pass, but I think Milton's going to bounce back over First Academy. Next up, we got IMG taking on Hoover. Matchup here in Alabama. IMG, a national powerhouse, one of the top teams in Max Prep, and one of the top teams in the nation, ranked high in the national Max Prep Top 25 rankings. IMG beat First Academy during week 0. Key players in the matchup: 5-star defensive end Jake Carroll, who's an Oklahoma commit, very talented pass rusher. He had 4 sacks last week in week 0 against First Academy. 3 sacks on 1 drive. I was amazed. There's a reason why he's a 5-star. I think Oklahoma's getting a very great player next year with Jake Carroll. Hopefully, Brent Venables is still there next year, because I feel like unless Oklahoma wins, if they win at least 8 games, I think he stays. But if they win 6 to less, he's going to be gone. But yeah, he's a key player. Another key player for IMG, wide receiver Eric McFarland, 2028 wide receiver. He's a sophomore, very talented player, fast, and a great player. A player I definitely look forward to seeing play. Jaden Wade, quarterback from IMG, 2028. He's ranked as the #1 player in the nation in the class of 2028. He's also a sophomore. Wide receiver Jahan Winston, 4-star for Hoover, Alabama. He's the younger brother of James Winston. I did not know that to the offseason. I saw them working out. I was like, oh, I didn't know James Winston had a little brother, but he's very talented. Hoover is a talented football team, especially in the state of Alabama. So look forward to seeing how this matchup goes against IMG. But I'm going IMG again. I just think IMG got too much talent from top to bottom. Jaden Wade, Jake Carroll, Eric McFarland. That's not even half the team. There's more players on that team because IMG recruits nationally. They don't just get players in Florida. These players. I guarantee you, the majority of the players on IMG's roster are probably not even from the state of Florida. They recruit nationally. This is a national high school powerhouse. So I'm going IMG over Hoover. Next up, we got Robin Gap versus Grayson. Grayson beat Collins Hill handily, 57-3 week 1 at Collins Hill. I'm going Grayson over them. And lastly, my national high school football game of the week. Just like last week, I had Buford and Milton. This week, I got the #1 high school team in the nation, Mater DeI, taking on number 10 St. Thomas Aquinas on ESPN this Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Some key players in this matchup: wide receiver Chris Henry Jr., 5-star commit, Ohio State, 5-star receiver, Ohio State commit, number 1 ranked receiver in the nation, according to the ESPN 300. Cornerback Justin Fitzpatrick, Georgia commit for St. Thomas Aquinas, younger brother of Dolphin safety Mika Fitzpatrick, former Alabama player. 4-star tight end Mark Bowman, USC commit, tight end for Mater DeI, and wide receiver Julius Jones, 4-star receiver for St. Thomas Aquinas. I think this is going to be a good game. This should be entertaining. I think hopefully maybe something like Buford and Milton, I won't be mad at it, but I just think Mater DeI is going to pick up the win. I just think they're like even more loaded than St. Thomas Aquinas is. Even their quarterback, who's I didn't mention, he's a Minnesota commit. They got another 4-star receiver, Caden Dixon. He's an Ohio State commit. So they got 2 receivers, Chris Henry Jr. and Dixon, both committed to Ohio State, 4 5-star receivers. So I just think Mater DeI is going to be. They got offensive linemen committed to Washington, Oregon, defensive linemen committed to USC. So I think Mater DeI is just too dominant from top to bottom, and I think they're going to get the victory over St. Thomas Aquinas. But I think this could be a good game, at least for the first half. But this is my national high school game of the week. Mater DeI, the 1 team in the nation, taking on number 10 team in the nation, St. Thomas Aquinas, on ESPN 330. So make sure you tune into your TVs if you want to see some elite high school football with players who have Power 4 offers, FBS offers. You're going to see all of that. It's going to be an elite high school matchup, just like last week between Buford and Milton. But yeah, again, I appreciate you tuning in for another episode of Cameron Sports Podcast. We got high school football, got college football starting this week 0. So tune in for that. I definitely, we're gonna see some college football episodes coming soon. But I definitely appreciate you tuning in. If you want to touch down with Cam, please click that subscribe button. Please, because we're almost at 300. We like around 240 something. I feel like we can get there by the end of the year, or at least close to it. But that's a short. Every time I reach a new subscribe goal, I want to keep going up till I get to 1,000, then 5,000, then 1,000,000. But I appreciate each one of y'all tuning in. This has been your favorite host, Cameron Lindsay, of your favorite sports podcast. I'm signing out. I'm ready to watch football. I hope you are too, and I'll catch y'all next time. You take care.